If you're like me and it seems like you just meander about through life up until the next From Software game, or you're a normal person who just eagerly anticipates them, either way, the itch to play Sekiro Shados Die Twice is a very real affliction, and I just so happen to have a cure. There's luckily a few games that can be played right now that will somewhat prepare you for Sekiro, and no, these are not just games that I googled that randomly happen to have samurai ninjas in feudal Japan, but instead are 5 hand-picked titles that share many of the same core gameplay elements or systems that will directly translate in a meaningful way when taking on Sekiro. Let's get to it. The most obvious one first, the Tenchu series, but primarily Fatal Shadows. Tenchu is a From Software stealth action franchise starting on the PS1, and Sekiro was even planned to be a soft reboot for this series. However, FromSoft didn't want to be constrained by the limitations of that franchise, and instead set Sekiro in its own unique universe that is free to set its own rules, now functioning as more of a spiritual successor to Tenchu. This is not too dissimilar to when they went from King's Field to Demon's Souls, or even Demon's Souls to Dark Souls. Back to Tenchu, Fatal Shadows' grappling hook traversal, sneaking on rooftops, stealth takedowns, and even lock-on style methodical combat all directly correlate to what is being done in Sekiro. Tenchu holds up surprisingly well to this day, and is the closest thing you can get to the general flow of gameplay that will be the backbone of Sekiro. Nioh is not only one of the best attempts at a From Software style Souls-like, but also has some of the best combat to prepare you for the brutally quick battles in Sekiro. While Nioh doesn't have much of a stealth component, the entire overall look, theme, and enemy designs are so strikingly similar that from the corner of your eye you might actually mistake it for Sekiro. The battles are fast and deadly, and mastering the different stances for your chosen weapon will give you a great advantage here. The stagger mechanic in Nioh allows you to perform a devastating critical hit on enemies after whittling down their stamina, and this is very similar to, if not directly the same, as the system in place in Sekiro that rewards you for wearing down your opponent and breaking their guard. If you want to get your samurai reflexes prepared with some crushingly hard encounters against nightmarish creatures, definitely check out Nioh. Mark of the Ninja Remastered is yet another great stealth action game that is the most stealth-focused game on this list. Its verticality-based environments require you to use your height to your advantage as you skulk around and take out enemies one by one. You not only have to plan the best way to tackle these scenarios, but also improvise with a variety of gadgets when things get hectic. This game severely punishes you for being noticed and will improve not only your patience, but also your general awareness of your environments. Mark of the Ninja will properly train you to start seeing enemy layouts not as combat opportunities, but as tiny puzzles to be solved strategically. Ninja Gaiden Black might not play all that much like Sekiro, but you'll be hard-pressed to find much else that nails that crushingly hard but fair challenge that feels similar to that memorable first struggle through a brand new FromSoft game. Perhaps you've been playing more casual games recently that have softened you up somewhat, and you need to be thrust back into the simpler times when failure meant get better, or your journey ends here, give up. Ninja Gaiden Black requires that similar level of focus and awareness that a traditional FromSoft game requires, because one lapse in concentration will usually lead to your demise. This will not only prepare you for the challenge presented in Sekiro, but will also make you an overall better gamer when and if you come out of Ninja Gaiden Black victorious. The last game here is actually really 2 games because honestly I couldn't decide between the 2. Not much else will better prepare you for Sekiro than a dexterity build playthrough of Dark Souls 3 or Bloodborne. Sekiro runs on a modified version of the same engine powering these 2 games. The combat in both Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne is going to definitely prepare you for the overall flow of combat in Sekiro, even if you're using different buttons or gameplay mechanics, because playing a similar style game in the same engine will always feel like a warm blanket of familiar skill. These will properly get you into that From Software gameplay groove that always feels so new and familiar at the same time. If you enjoyed this style of content, consider subscribing, and for as little as $1, supporting this channel via Patreon grants you access to regular game giveaways, the Boomstick Gaming Discord channel, and behind-the-scenes updates on future videos in production. This not only helps with the day-to-day upkeep of my channel, but also allows me to provide more back to you. This has been Deadite, and thanks for watching Boomstick Gaming.